Yeah, that was actually the tail end of my coffee. I couldn't wait for the videos, so I just chugged all my coffee. Okay, I want to preface this video by saying a couple things. First of all, I'm not getting rid of the camper. I'm not giving up on the project. I'm not quitting. I'm simply taking a break. Now, if you want to know exactly what I mean when I say a break, be sure to stick around to the end of the video because I'll be getting into that a little bit later. Now, the next thing is, I know this might seem like this decision is coming as a result of the frustration that I expressed in last week's video, but I can assure you it's not. It's just purely coincidental. This decision is based on a few other factors which we're about to get into. And now that I have that out of the way, sit back and prepare yourself because this is gonna be a little bit of a dense video, but I'm gonna do my best to try to get straight to the point and not over explain. You guys know I've been working on this camper renovation since the beginning of the year. Here we are 2 months later after pretty much full-time work on the camper, and unfortunately I'm really just not at the spot that I would have hoped I'd be at by now in the build. As you're probably aware, I have to get the camper back to my house because my lease at the garage that I've been renting is coming to an end, and now I have to get the camper back here while it's pretty unfinished still, to say the least. Now, there's a couple problems with bringing the camper here. First of all, the driveway here is extremely tiny. In fact, here's a picture of the camper in my driveway before I got the garage. So as you saw, the camper barely fits in the driveway, and there's really absolutely just no room to work on the camper here in the driveway. Not even to mention the fact that it rains and even snows, and it's just really bad weather here in Oregon this time of year. So this house just unfortunately isn't really gonna be a conducive place to work on the camper. And so my other option was to find another garage, which not only is it really hard to find a garage workshop to rent, like I've been checking pretty much every day and I can't find anything even remotely similar to what I have now. It's just really expensive too. Like the amount I've been spending on this garage, that combined with the rent that I pay here at my house to live, it's a lot of money to spend every month on rent, especially since at this rate, the project is pretty much gonna be an indefinite amount of time. So I can't just like rent somewhere indefinitely while I work on this project. I just don't have the funds. I don't have enough money to do that right now. So that being said, my house sadly probably won't work as a place to be able to continue the renovations. That's the main issue. That's my main dilemma that I'm faced with right now. And the next issue is money. It's been expensive to pay double rent. Now you add on top of that all of the tools that I've had to buy. I start from humble beginnings. Not long ago, I didn't have any tools at all. I literally had a power drill when I did the Slumber Queen renovation, and that's it. A lot of the van life channels and truck camper channels and, nomad channels, a lot of the videos that I've seen, the people who are converting these things are fortunate enough to either have an entire arsenal of tools themselves, or a lot of the time they have parents who have pretty much entire workshops with enough tools to build a whole house from scratch. I don't have that. My dad doesn't have a whole workshop of tools, unfortunately, and I'm not hating on anyone who has that. I mean, more power to you. If you have access to that kind of tool arsenal, then that's awesome, but I don't. I've literally had to buy every single tool that you see me using from scratch, and it adds up. It adds up quick. I haven't even begun the actual build part. I've just been tearing things apart and I've already spent a lot of money on tools. So once the build begins, not only am I gonna have to continue buying more tools, I'm sure, but there's also all of the associated cost of materials. So all of this is to say that from a monetary perspective, I just don't have enough financial resources right now to continue just pouring infinite amounts of money into this build. It's just not really doable. While we're on the topic of money, another huge bummer about all of this is, contrary to what a lot of people might think, my viewership has decreased dramatically since beginning this renovation project. Now, I don't want to be the person to complain about not getting as many views because that sounds so shallow and superficial, but the reality is views equals money. YouTube is my income right now. YouTube is my full-time income. And so getting less views, dramatically less views at the same time that I'm having an infinite increase in expenses, it's not sustainable. And I just can't continue doing that. So that is another consideration that I have to take into account when making my decision on what exactly I want to do. Now that you know exactly what the dilemmas are that I'm facing, I can talk about what's next. Like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I'm putting the camper project on pause for now. Now, the combination of everything we just talked about is obviously just pointing to one clear decision for me, and that is I have to stop for now. I can't continue doing what I've been doing, and until I can figure out either a way to work on the camper here at my house, or I could figure another spot that I could work on the camper, things are just gonna have to be on pause. I need to generate some more income, and I need to be able to take my time on a project of this scale. Right now I've been full speed ahead, rush, because I've felt the pressure of getting it done quick to save money, getting it done quick to move on to the next thing, whatever that is. And a project of this scale, especially because I'm a person with very limited experience and limited skill level when it comes to building, I need a lot of time to be able to sit back and take my time and like really thoroughly plan and get things done right. So the way I was doing it, it's just not conducive of that. So the project is coming to a halt for now. This doesn't mean I'm quitting, I'm not getting rid of it. It's not gonna be the forefront of all of my focus and energy and attention. It's not gonna be the main subject of this channel any longer. It's now gonna be something that I do on the side. I'll make videos occasionally of the progress and maybe some projects that I'm working on with it, but it's just no longer gonna be my full-time focus. And I know there's a lot of you out there who have been invested in this. I feel tremendously like I'm letting you down. I feel like I'm letting myself down. I really do feel like I'm letting everyone down by making this decision. And that's just one of the factors that I've had to grapple with and come to terms with. But at the end of the day, all of the things we talked about earlier, they far outweigh, the egotistical kind of perspective that I'm clinging on to. All of these things point back to my ego, and sure, it is good to not give up on things. At the same time, you have to recognize when there's just nothing you can do. It's just out of my hands. At this point, if I were to continue doing what I've been doing, it's not wise, it's not smart, and it's not sustainable. So that's that. I don't know exactly what's next. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Now I don't have a camper. I have a truck still, fortunately, so I could still go on adventures, but I just don't know exactly if I want to take out a loan on a different camper, or if I want to get back to basics and get another canopy or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what the next step is, but all I know is that this full-time camper renovation is stopping, at least for now. And if I'm letting anyone down, I apologize, but I have to do what's right for me, and that's all that I can focus on. So thank you guys, like always, for watching. I know it's kind of dense. Hopefully all of my points came across and I didn't just sound like a rambling, babbling fool like I do half the time. Anyways. All right, guys, well, thank you like always for watching. You guys go out there and go on some adventures of your own, live life, beat the status quo, y'all know the drill. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.